We're Bash Bros Movies and continuing our series of Marvel Netflix series reviews, going towards the Defenders. This summer we recently saw Iron Fist. You also recently finished Luke Cage, which is what we're going to review today. And we'll be coming with Jessica Jones and Daredevil seasons 1 and 2 pretty soon. So as far as Luke Cage goes, it was third in the series. It was announced shortly after Marvel announced their deal with Netflix. They said that they were going to do 4 series, which would culminate in the Defenders. So Luke Cage was a little bit different considering it's a black character. He's one of the first black characters that Marvel had to begin with. So he was going to be set in Harlem. It was all about, like, in this pretty much black community. It was supposed to be different than what Daredevil and Jessica Jones were at the time, even probably what Iron Fist was supposed to be when they were planning it, and it was. And we saw that with the music. When the show was announced they was going to start filming, we also heard the announcement for the music that was pretty much going to be rap that would fit this whole character pretty much, and not just the environment but the character. And watching these series, music definitely stands out as probably one of its own characters too. So where do we go? I mean, if you haven't seen it, this is gonna be non-spoilery pretty much, unless you read the comics or whatever. Luke Cage starts off, we see him in New York. This is pre-Jessica Jones, right? Is where I would set it. Because he met Jessica Jones after he came to New York, but he met her after the events that took...
I don't think they set it up. I think he meets her in Jessica.
He definitely meets her in Jessica Jones.
He meets her in Jessica Jones, so this would be pre-Jessica Jones.
Because he was already a superhero dude up when he met Jessica Jones. So I'm guessing this is right before he meets Jessica Jones, or like few months before.
Well, we don't get a timetable for it, but this would be pre-Jessica Jones.
Definitely. So, and also as far as Iron Fist and Jessica Jones and even Daredevil go, you don't have to have seen Daredevil to watch Luke Cage.
Yeah, they're standalone.
It stands on its own. The only glue that ties it to the rest of the Netflix Marvel universe is Claire Temple.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson's character
as Claire Temple.
She shows up in all of them.
And she has a huge arc in
Luke Cage. Yeah,
Luke Cage, like
she shows up episode 3 or 4 thereabout, and
not
she
just
sticks to the end.
Her character is so fleshed out in these series. It's pretty much more than anything else. Like, she gets a big arc with Daredevil, but
she gets a big one with Luke Cage. She gets a big one with Iron Fist. But Jessica Jones, she does kind of little. She shows up.
She shows up, yeah. But
she's definitely the glue that holds the thing together. And I think Netflix might use her to connect the Defenders together, which
definitely.
I really hope they do. Especially the way her character progresses through these stories, through this series. And she's basically the only thing they have in common at this point is Claire Temple. So I want to see Netflix use her to tie them all together.
I think she's going to be Phil Coulson.
Which is probably going to happen.
Yeah, I think she's going to be Phil Coulson. As what Phil Coulson was to the Avengers, that's what Claire Temple or Rosario Dawson is going to be here. And also the villains are well fleshed out. Like, we get one minor one, and then we get the big boss, who is part of this whole family that wants to, I'm not gonna say take over Harlem, but they want to rule Harlem as democratically as possible, while at the same time making sure the democratic process goes their way.
Yeah.
For lack of better words, which was also kind of cool, because these people are not necessarily evil, but at least they don't think they are, in a way. Like, they know that what they're doing isn't morally right, but in their minds, like, whatever is necessary for us to reach our goals, that's what we're gonna do, and that's all right in our minds. And also we get Mahershala Ali, which is actually the first place where I actually saw him as an actor, and he was pretty cool as villain. As can we say he's the main villain? He's not.
He's not.
He's not. Okay.
You can't say he's
I
the
mean,
main villain when you know
like,
what happens with him. Happens with him. It just doesn't fit.
Okay.
He's the what's his name? Diamond.
Diamondback, yeah.
Yeah, Diamondback. Not Nickelback, Diamondback. He's the main villain. And there's a whole backstory to him, why he's in Harlem, why he's going after Luke Cage.
And why Luke Cage is even in Harlem,
and
we also get the background story of...
And you get his origin story. So this is a Luke Cage story, but it's not based on how he got his powers, it's more of how he
we get
became.
that story too.
We get that too. Episode 3 or 4, I think 4 gives us the origin story, but the whole series
starts the origin story.
No, the prison scene. That's one episode. They give you his origin story, but the whole series is basically how Luke Cage became.
And
Luke
it's a good series. We also get a cameo from one of the tribe of what's the Wu-Tang Clan guys.
Yeah.
I think it was RZA, but I could be mistaken. We get a cool cameo by him, which is one of the coolest scenes in the series, in my opinion. We also get, I think it was the first Stan Lee cameo in those police recruitment posters. I think that was the first Stan Lee cameo in Netflix universe, but I could be wrong. It's a cool series. It kind of loses its, I don't know, like in the second part of, like in the middle of the second part of the season, it kind of like, it gets kind of prolonged, like the pacing kind of slows down for my tastes.
I didn't see that. I binged it. I watched it all in one day.
Me too, but
so
it's still...
I never lost it. For me, it was because I started and I binged 13 episodes, didn't sleep. But at the end of the day, it just kept me there, because especially when you're binging it, you kind of, if it slows down, it's gonna put you to sleep. It never did that to me.
Well, to me it did in a few times, so...
I never felt like, and I didn't know what the general, I don't know, feeling about Luke Cage was. I saw some reviews, some people like, not that good, but to me it stands out.
No,
they gave you a character, they introduce you to the character, they have a great story even after the lesser boss exits
the
scene, new boss comes in and then giving you the whole background story of why he's going after Luke Cage, why everything that's happening is happening, people in Luke's life that influence him to actually step up and be quote-unquote hero. Nicely done.
Definitely.
Story's there,
and I like
the acting's there.
Oh, Mike Coulter is amazing, as every of the characters, actors portraying their own characters, they're all amazing. Like acting in this season, in first season of Luke Cage, is absolutely amazing. Definitely like award worthy. So it's not the Oscars, it's Grammys or whatever.
Emmys.
Grammys are for music. Which it deserves. If it didn't win anything for music, it definitely deserves that one.
Next thing we'll be hearing about Emmys and Tonys.
So on our scale of 1 to 30, how would you rate the first season of Luke Cage?
What I do with Darren Fisk? Can you remember?
It was, I think it was like 20 something, like same 22 year, or 23.
Same year. 24. 23, 24. I liked it.
Okay.
Like I said, going into it, and I just recently watched it, and it came out last year.
Yeah.
So.
No, 2015. Last year is 2016.
No, Luke Cage didn't come out in 2015.
You're sure?
Yeah. So Luke Cage came out last year at some point.
Yeah, because
and I didn't watch it till now, so. But it did not disappoint. Like I said, I heard some stuff that it didn't hold up. It wasn't good. They're wrong.
It definitely holds up. Like the only problem I had is the pacing in the later part of the season. But other than that, I have no issues with this series. Having said that, I think I'm gonna go, because of the whole pacing thing, I'm gonna go with 22 out of 30. And yeah, that's our review for Luke Cage. If
Go
you haven't
watch it.
seen it, go see it. And
Go watch all Netflix stuff, especially with the Defenders coming out this summer.
Yeah. So
I don't think that Defenders will necessarily. I mean, think of them as the Avengers.
of the Marvel Netflix.
Of the Netflix universe, if you would. Basically, they gave you Daredevil, they gave you Luke Cage, they gave you Jessica Jones, they gave you Iron Fist, and those are the standalone movies. Same thing they did with Iron
And
Man,
you also
the
got a
Captain
few other
America, and
characters.
Thor. Basically, they just gave you their standalones in order to better get you to better understand what is going on when they actually do put them together.
Yeah, and I'm sure watching Defenders, I'm sure it's gonna be possible to watch it by its own, but
The way Netflix has been making their shows, probably.
same way the MCU's been working so
Yeah.
far. It's the same formula. They introduce you to
You
the
can watch them
characters first,
together, which is better. You can watch them just as is.
because I'm
Also
sure
good.
many people first saw the Avengers and then they went to see Captain America if they didn't, or Thor, or Iron
Netflix has been doing a good job with this TV show.
Man. Definitely. By
I know
far,
some people
superb
complain
job.
about superhero fatigue and how there's too many TV shows, but so far, from what they, as long as the content is good, as long as the stories are good, as long as the writing is good, as long as they're not phoning stuff in,
Yeah.
just for the or doing stuff just for the sake of doing it, I'm okay with them doing as many as they like. As long as they hold them up to a standard, I like them.
Yeah. That's it for us as far as Luke Cage goes. Go see it if you haven't. I'm sure there's parts of it, like even if you don't like the entire series, there's parts of it that you will like. So there's something in there for everything and for everybody. So yeah, like, share, subscribe.
And we'll be back with our review of Jessica Jones.
Pretty soon. We're not giving you timeline. We're gonna be doing these like as we see fit. So yeah, guys, bros up.